it's a sovereign decision for Ghana. Government would be able to finance itself.
A big congratulations to Omai Ghana. Finally.
Sure.
IMF and another don't call Kufuado and an abine. And the Omai Ghana Kushemono. On John Mahama and a forson. And this ya bine. One my year from.
And Sama Omwa Tragu Krataswa. Wontumi lawyer de buy no. A brand tendency and 70 be woman on Yuntum.
Abusia mamu akwaba ebiem emma jumadi so a big congratulations to Omai Ghana after set nanado dan kwa Kufuado ene na ban ede ye konkwa sumu ewo IMF sisi ameno kasei His Excellency John Mahama atu forcing ene NDC ban finally wama existe Omai Ghana ede ye free IMF ama sisi ameno kasei enkomo bebre ene freche Ghana for a president, His Excellency John Mahama basoba quick one. Information be bring in a freche another China. Benab and Kibuasiako Chama Wontumi and come bring in a free Nasia yet. Basto, the court case no and says a Shamino Kase, emu day, but answer no at to forcing any IMF. Yeah, one transit Dinkomo as a state Ghana. From the program no and come with the day but answer no bonifita na kasa we din komo to the okasa opotokasem yenko timra ne koba abusansem we chipa.
It is a form of technical assistance. We're supporting the government in implementing the reform agenda going forward. We hope that this signal is going to be well received by the markets. Certainly in our meetings with investors, this is something what the markets have been asking, what's coming next after the ECF. So we're very happy that the PCI was considered to be an appropriate instrument for the Ghanaian authorities. In terms of the access to the capital markets, it's a sovereign decision for Ghana. We believe that going forward, based on the fiscal trajectory we have discussed with the government, would be able to finance itself comfortably from domestic markets. We discussed the debt management strategy going forward, and we believe that the resources are available, and the confidence has returned, facilitating recent access to the re-enter to the domestic capital markets, which is an ultimate milestone of the success of the government policy agenda. In our discussion with international investors, we do see a lot of interest in exposure to Ghana. The good story of Ghana has been noticed, and we get bombarded by requests from the investors to meet and talk about Ghana going forward. So whenever the government will decide to re-enter capital markets, certainly the interest will be there, of course conditional on sustained progress in terms of the reforms. What are the lessons learned from the IMF bailout? I think whenever I meet anybody asking questions about Ghana, the question I typically get is this time it's going to be different, right? So this is something which is not the question I can answer. I think Minister has given assurances. But let me just say a few words about my reflections on many discussions we have had with Ghanaian authorities. We believe that the lessons have been learned. It was very difficult, very traumatic for the Ghanaian people, for the country, to go through the crisis of 2022. And the pain has been real, and this pain has been internalized. And the reform momentum under the ECF demonstrates that the lessons have been learned on that. Going forward, of course, it's important to continue prudent policies and continue reforms. What ECF has managed is to successfully stabilize the country. But stabilization and resilience are two different things. So focus needs to be on building resilience going forward. And for that, the ultimate objective is not the constraints of the IMF coming from outside, but ultimately the strength of the domestic institutions. And this is what we really try to internalize in terms of the design of the PCI when we discuss it with our counterparts here. And the focus there is not on adjustment. The focus is rather on strengthening domestic institutions, fiscal institutions, financial institutions, to ensure that no contingent liabilities are created outside of the central government, that no quasi-fiscal activities build fiscal risk going forward. That no SOEs pose fiscal risk going forward for the government, which will, when the shock comes, materialize in drain of public financial resources. So this is the focus, and we're quite hopeful that the lesson has been internalized and it will be different this time.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
A big congratulations to Oman Ghana. Finally.
Sure.
IMF and another down Kufuado and an buying. And the Oman Ghana Koshemono. As John Mahama and the forcing. And the NDC buying. 1 year from Baran. Na minim so 2027 nanka yebe fimu
Erata enokre but assembly nyina ne say IMF for nanka sa omho adwire wo mo oman susu da say eniema omo ne ya agree say yebe meet ansa na economy na okay no oman susu da say yebe meeting at this stage but with the shock of their lives enei ya meetiama abro omo limit omo peso
na say meetiemu ya of course IMF no omo na chow say how abesia toto niema
of course
ebi afini nyina kwa no na che adwumanfo afa
of course
madam sesi efri mu die John Mahama ebema mabunu na adwumaye because ebi a nurses o mutifie no yebetimi afa bi ai teachers o mutifie no yebetimi di hye aguakwam afa dodo na etisi me no kasa die mabunu no ba benya adwumaye
Erata enokrase oti omo nkomo na omo di nkomo no omo ka asem mu o se afi 2022 mu hone de na emu odema Ghana fododo according to IMF rep no but say de nyame ya dom eniema sine kwan so entini efiri say iko no say ye resilience ye konkodin a afi agenda ni nyina ba ye jobs but the can say niema mu odema na we economy ni esai na ye declare ni say a junk economy economy che say jonkolize right na IMF ukosu fre ni say ommapuawa oba de oyeni right one uni hu kapre e ka mene enya de a usika eson enti ye bre usika but sika na ye de bre wo no ye ne ye be kire o say de oba yusu sika because ye jawa o ba ko hwebra untimi hwa wo ho enti ye be kire o de wo sa wo ye enti say ye kire na o ya ye ne ye be kire o say enidi anopa didi awia enumre peti bi nko an di enkodi fufuo because usika sam no enye busia na ye de ma enei say IMF fufuo ne kwa de ye kire ne say Ghana ye wo every right to say ye nkese betima decide say electricity bill no ye ntum because the air no ye hwa at least Ghana for you okay ye person for nurses aban no nanka sika dodo a ye hia ne ye nya ye kwaje busia IMF ma ye kwan enei se ka se ye employ nurses ya ya ne ye de ho ye hwe ye sika ye wo na ye fa so ya so of adwumefo IMF en control ye bi but the aban na ya eye me dene say President John Mahama oye too smart wabra oni IMF for edi sankomo onyina wie no ebata ye free IMF no ena mampani say ye engage another institution bi na ye ne wo mo enfadamfo ye enfadamfo so mo bo bosia ye nye bosia enye institution o mo masika but dia o mo be nyina say PCI sa PCI federal say full name no public coordination instrument omadwuma ni say yen ko IMF nkoba busia entini omumwaye na omuntuyefo omuma yefuto sikasem ho say ebi ane ye komo so PCI form afi 2027 ye hwe Ghana sikasem a ye wo be say $20 billion ye benya free exportation especially gold ni oil mu enti yesusu say anke de 10 million share economy ma na ye near the 5 for creative jobs near the akaya akwan momu hu ni say mo na mo expert na o ma advice here say ye ya dream no anka mo ye say ya ene beboa right we a very good solution but among 43 me say o ye de say PCI no kire say ye free IMF de enso da so she broni nsem en she broni nsem the right time na de no na wanya ni sika en wo say me ye financial aspect minim sika sem enti say o ye sika sem ho futu a obeba be kan sika sem a kire me na matu no fo kire say wo ye makoa the right time wo ye makoa IMF as it stands adia Mr. Kenufuriata we kaya 2018 NPP ba abamu 2017 no na Ghana ne IMF deal na ewo hodada no na ya reach agreement say ye be free by 2018 enti NPP ba ya ye free mu no Mr. Kenoforeta no ye finance minister o ka kire say we ye anigisem kese a asi with the history of Ghana after independence say ye free IMF at the moment e obekọ IMF no e kire say o man ni das wasa the bia ni ho mo be ye bim but ultimate free IMF a enun kwa hye wunkran say afedi o madem ho enti enei ye kai Mr. Kenoforata sema o kan 2018 say Ghana we are free enya de ye hyenkwaso mu bim enya de aba we nso o de ye besa kọ IMF o de ba de bi
e de gidi na o
ta gidi am woni say abaya oba ya ne IMF ewa agreement na obeto so na yesi ebe end 2018 ampa end 2018 na oka kire ye say obe make sure say economy ni be better edu 2022 na opa IMF fo achew the better all kono na ya adwie ye say ye ntimi miti IMF fo omo requirements no but new government just after 1 year ya meet requirement no time e was say any IMF deal ni ba wie no time na nso IMF wogitum sampa ya economy no e better enti say no omunya ye kwan na ye ne ye ho na omu nso nko omu ba bi gidie ba biem e na chewe
en de no kwadie
right gidie bia ni ho a chewe aside that Erota unim say aban ba yi na ye ka sikasem ye ka besia enei ukọ international world any baby a omai bia ni wiase baby a all perform better Ghana in terms of say investment amount for investment apart from South Korea. Erota yet here na Bloomberg say binya Ghana for na ye adwuma ho na Bloomberg for the survey abase enei say oba bepiem e wo wiase nyina oman ya ye ka stock market ya omo against ekosoro Ghana de no against no 63% e ye only Korea e na enei o wona nim sene Ghana across the world enti say wo pe gidia me woni say President Mahama bayi just in 1 year de obi di 8 years etna ho wanti manye na IMF case ne agi yensem no the wata enumpo for the 1 year ye enti gidia be biem na
John Mahama
it's very simple but let me say me nwanwa say NDC fan to party
okay sir you know MP vote who cake
mo
etika ye free IMF no ase kwom nso ye congratulation message
mo because
omodi to who party
because 2018 ye free IMF for no MP before ye kenke party
asemo
kenke party IMF ye free IMF 2018 no eno amo sa betu e betwa cake kese e cake enti na misusu say enei ka to forson obetena ase no oso said ye menuanom ade akoye die mesremo moma ye ntwa cake ye ntopo no but I'm shocked bibia sama
okay
remember ye mfa san komo no ensina
ye kwani but ye nyi we fi wan say na akocha ma wontumi die no so o say this is a good time to be in Ghana as an investor. Skenebach.
Okay.
I wish for dinner dear manya krom din. Ti manya ni yo mo fan cheme. O say this is a good time to be in Ghana as an investor. EU ambassador to Ghana.
Okay.
And I already semi atuja.
The right awini. Who say asama na obi se bia ni o. European Union. Can say abroad European countries omo nyina nka bom kuo pani a omo yi ni say omra me your ambassador Ghana na o ka kire wiase nyina say wo pese wo ye investment ya best time abet my investment o Ghana ni onye bibini ewu we AI but the champion see economy ye kesa ye no AI now the question is European Union rep our Ghana say the best time for any investor say we bet my investor in Ghana this time and also AI na ebata asem na ye ka no enye joke enye slogan enye politics amanfo adwen ye o mo say o ye hu jeda ase o support President Mahama ase o ye NDC ni enti na wani abre a o kan economy uye dede but no kwene ne say age say wo a wo she MPP spectacles and na wo hu say enei economy na gina ye under MPP administration ebata na eye obi din say odini sika ba be she economy because na omo ya creditors in terms of economy no na omo ka kire say Ghana economy no a junk economy a economy asabi ajonkolize we ya ne hwa enye ye apro but within a very short time yet last week and a fetch for baka kire say Ghana economy no say omo dia ba B+. Nti e kire say Ghana economy a very positive ye gina ye akaki to ebina ye ko Zemu. After this, now European Union also say best time to invest in Ghana near. But Ghana for a well opportunity na ye. Because a name Omunyamra. What can you scout brocha Fabra? I can't say as will be the banner as Gadiba share. Rota dear Tian say, Sicano and Shin Sichna. Dear Mexicano Shin and Sichna say in 2016, Yabeko 2017. Nanado don't go for the Casemi or say. The India Nania Brissidi in a dollar no one seminal. Said the Abaya Ghana ni, would you seek a beer Juma, Uya Juma, Usika Bejana. Ain't I was a massidi na more than Cosro, and it's $1 no bussidi nessa, $80 no bussidino under MPP administration, who be a business and a ye. And an acrono boa air cosmintino, and Yadia Sabi, Ghana ni Hubetono, anyway in Yabaya Juma. But in one casa when me by Agin say, baby, a tea, any day you Ghana hey the idea dance say the story is different exchange rate in set say be anywhere e pepepe e wo Ghana ha na mom no ye gidi say e far better than previous times no 24-hour economy no me wo gidi say ampa NDC abai we president mama or strategic o share that plan here say o build the economy no na stability ni bawie na ye de ho na fe sika ni nyina ba e ho na 24-hour economy no yeah.
Quick one, Commander. Okay. You free sansem no so. Na yenko NPP asye. Okay. Na obe pure my Ghana mua. Congratulations messages are. Among 4 days, come John Mahama and say no thing. Yeah. At this time, John Mahama at forcing any NDC buying. Okay. Omo samba papa. Ebo mabaso. Yeah. Say omo ye dear free IMF. But quick one. Oyo school no so or say. Chama Wontumi witness disowns portion of witness statement. And the quick one, Commander. Yeah. I Momonia do you suko and send way. Okay.
The Roger, very simple. Who say Edin Kabedin Como say Chama Wontumi witness case ya oko defending hono. Nipa mienu ne oko jinem. Na first one wisdom Edem Gomashi. And a second one former Minister of Lands. Na wisdom Edem Gomashi ko jina adaka mu no. Ensema omo atwegu krata so a Wontumi lawyer de bae no. Abrante ne se ensem ni bi wo ma onyintum onim asem ne ho hwe.
Aye witness na Chama Wontumi mu ayi ni se onkodi adanse ya ma Chama Wontumi no.
Mo Chama Wontumi dance ni ne se ensem a Chama Wontumi ne lawyer atwegu krata no so se onum enenim sa asem no ebi wo ho a onim enye sa ne te na unse ye de gina adakam na deputy attorney general justice Ramsai etoto na no omo witness case no ototo na no the statement in a bisa no questions right na insem bi ne say attorney general ko bi so wura yi say omo witness statement no e wo mu say ye wo no 1993 na the same witness statement no esa hye mu say 1998 na owie university a onya ne first degree na che say ye wo no 5 years na owie university na papa ne say sasem no enye no kore onka da enti Wontumi mu de ahye witness statement ni ma ebi ye typing mistake na enye wo no na witness statement no lawyer ne say bisa ne say esan hye mu say wo si uwie school e wo KNUST e hona unya wo first degree no na wo se da bi eno so enye no kore na oko school otakwa University of Chamber and Mines na osan ko Legon enti eno so enye no kore onim ho hweye the right finally last one a woman said 2003 and na onya ne master's degree right a honso so wisdom gomashi so that be entesa say Wontumi lawyers na twere say 2003 and na oye master's degree enya no kore enti say portion of omo witness statement no osu say nsem ni bi wo ho a onim ho hwe e typing mistake and e bi a Wontumi lawyers no a typo and aba be frem
me who say Chama Wontumi anya careful
okay
obeko jail
erata baby o gina
you anya careful
oni jail ntem kwan enwa ne nai ba ko esi prison because wow witness or first witness nipa or dikanya or dia dance amount there are nipa ne begina adaka mu no ensem amatwa gu krata so as mo witness statement no ye bisa ne mo asema na o ka different story ye bisa ne say ye wo ye ben o 93 okay o ye school ye ben 1998 osidabi the matter nti ensem ni bebre ewo ma edi adanse say witness na nkasa no onye aware of nsem a ewo statement nim onim nsem kra chama wontumi ne lawyers na atwe now the ebema esi eye ba ko pe the matter eye ntro na omutwa se nipa mienu mu kotwa ntro se bia utwa ntro watwere wano asem na ebia wasoma obi se onko defend wa reta okogina ho a ebia mu ka se de matwere no eno no mfa nko ye adwuma but okoduru ho no onkai de matwere no enti okai ono ankasa ne de no reta ena ubedi tro akwa kosida bai se ya wo obi 1993 na opese wo forsoa ma ekoba se owie university nyenne waye mines adwuma che oye expert oye engineer in mining enti owie school 1998 me was that time na openi no 5 years reta baby a ekoi wenko aye ade ba ko a judge ni na ote adwam no obehu baby asam ne ko se oye judge ni na untumi asemi the better attorney general de na dance baaye no judge ni gitum se ampa adanse we de etoaso ye betima agina so na ye jeli untumi na se yesi untumi me defend ne ho na untumi de akọ nam a peace court pese e bo asemi tugu anye yefe oba se obe defend ne ho a na first witness ni be gina de kama ototo papa so ye ka se osi eye b ye ka si osi eye d e bata de tie nyina ne se chama wontumi as it stands or ye confused person o kan try ma se say entro no akwakopem omunim ba bia omfa nkosi bi na ebeye me nwanwa ebeye me nwanwa biem se ye bedi asem ye wie na chama wontumi tifie ebe shoko me papa
sa ena chama wontumi case no de amaye de ni se ense attorney general no edi unkoma kire Ghana for edi ne koba na se chama untumi uson a amanfo kwa mfo buo ma ban no
of course
edi aban no so be ye ne obetimi bia so be prove se chama untumi e guilty
that asem ne nyina no because nkoma a omudi bibia kire se aban no o se approve no ho se oye genuine government onim de oye office of the attorney general no e o se omo prove se omo niatro ansa no omo baba ponten aba be make claims bi no na omo hu bibi na omo wonyina so bi because office of attorney general entimi meye mere speculations e meto abonten na nsam ne nya no kore na okofie enti enne ya yakogina court no omo na omo ye dede so attorney general no okogina microphone anima na waye dede na okọ onfa asem ne nkokoto but at this stage court gusu di asem no pressure na obi aso ye hwe animu se judge ni no kakra obewie sa witness we na next witness aba begina dakam se next witness begina dakam na ye wie na fere chama untu begina dakam na ye bebu asem na ye mpede de bia biem but de ekoi minim se MP before ni monitor pa ade chi a omo nkokoto ho na omo kantra chama untumi ne witness ne say adenti na omo asem no e different from there ewo witness statement nim
ani asem no
omo ntwe ma ye ni na asem nwie e ma ni nkodifo a ye handing over edina ma jail man for ne say omo fa ne nkwa afiase no na omo akredede say omo mpene na eye president mama e na ejeli no enye president mama issue right e very simple me very happy say asem no e koso
quick one commander yam fancy but story bi wa ha edi ye hu adwuma ba sie yakrai fo nyina